Welcome back. Come with me as I explore the mysteries surrounding God's most faithful ministers, the admirable creatures we call the angels. In this week's episode, we move on to the choir known as the Principalities. The Principalities hold the esteemed title of the top-ranking angels of the celestial messengers. They rank above both the Archangels and ordinary angels, and are seventh overall in the list of the 9 orders of angels. This third sphere of messenger angels is the closest to the human realm and readily influences the material plane. They have also been known to interact with humans on Earth. Amazingly, the Principalities are guardians and protectors of large groups or institutions, even nations, and the Church. Learning the divine will from the angels in the choirs above them, it is their mission to actively carry out God's orders and even to command the lower angels beneath them. The name Principalities, although it does have a nice ring to it, definitely does not roll off the tongue. At its roots, the name Principalities means the state, office, or authority of a prince, the position or responsibilities of a principal. Just by hearing this definition, we can already surmise what their role consists of. The Principalities are heavenly princes who are sent to monitor, watch over, and protect the nations and cities on earth. This is why in the book of Daniel, Saint Michael is described as the Prince of Israel, who comes to the aid of Gabriel against the evil prince of Persia. In Daniel's vision, a voice said to him, "The prince of the kingdom of Persia has been resisting me for 21 days, but Michael, one of the chief princes, came to my assistance. I have left him confronting the kings of Persia." In verse 21 of the same chapter, we read, "It is to tell you what is written in the book of truth. I must go back to fight the prince of Persia. When I have overcome him, the prince of Javan will come next. In all this, there is no one to lend me support except Michael, your prince." This summary speaks of the battle between the holy and evil principalities and attests to the powers both principalities wield. Which leads me to the fact that unfortunately, during the fall of the angels, there were also evil principalities who sided with Satan in his rebellion against God. These principalities were chosen by Satan to exert negative influence over nations and cities, acting in opposition to what the holy principalities do. They are known as the rulers of darkness and wickedness. Today, many of the issues of violence, terrorism, earthquakes, tsunamis, etc., are believed to be influenced by the evil principalities and powers. We need the presence of the holy principalities and powers to put their negative influence to rest. Thus, in our prayers, we are encouraged to come against the forces of the evil principalities and powers when our city, state, nation, or any aspect of creation is in danger. St. Paul writes in his letter to the Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers." Here, St. Paul defines them as powers of evil and appears to indicate 2 different aspects of this evil power. And in reference to the holy principalities, Paul writes in Ephesians chapter 1, verse 18 and 20 through 21, "May the eyes of your heart be enlightened, that you may know what the hope is of the glory of his inheritance in the saints, which he wrought in Christ, rising him up from the dead, and setting him on his right hand in the heavenly places, above all principality and power and virtue and dominion, and every name that is named, not only in this world, but also in that which is to come." The role of the principalities is to help bring into the light the fears or doubts whispered into our ears by the evil principalities. The principalities are also able to provide guidance in all types of leadership. From the smallest to the largest roles, they offer help to people to develop the skills needed to succeed in their individual area of leadership, primarily by aiding them in the fulfillment of their vocation. By connecting to people in positions that oversee others, they inspire with a way of leadership that is virtuous and according to their specific purpose for existence. When St. Francis of Rome founded a branch of the Olivetan Benedictines in 1425 and became superior, God saw fit to replace her guardian angel with another angel of a higher rank. He knew that in her new role, the principalities of darkness would be waging war against her, and so she would need a more powerful angel as her spiritual protector. And all of this, every detail we have learned so far on the nature of the third sphere of messenger angels, has proven that they are indeed something deeply special and powerful, something to behold with awe and admiration. We would all do better in our spiritual lives if we become sensitive to the influence of these angels and allow them to guide us through the vicissitudes of life. And so, we draw the conclusion that the angels are infinitely more than just protectors of children. They are incredibly powerful spiritual creatures, and there is always more to discover about them. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in our next video as we step into the second sphere and discuss the choir of powers. We'll dive into their stupendous gifts and the roles they have been given as messengers of God.